Welcome back to our course. Let's study the input in Python. Input is preceded by curved brackets, and whatever is written in those brackets are considered to be a string. So let's have code 1, basic user input. Let's say we have a student of name equals, and will not give Python the name directly, will let the user input the name he wants. So input between quotations, enter your name. Colon, just for better output. And the score of this student is given by the user input, curved brackets, and between quotations, enter your score. Let's see what happens on the run. Enter your name. My name is, say, Sandy. Enter your score, say, 40. Let's just adjust this, put a colon and leave a space for better use. Now let's print the name given, and also let's print the score given. Let's have our first run and see what happens. Enter the name, say Sue. The score is 80, and the output, yes, is Sue and 80. Instead of these two separate lines, let's print on the same line the name and the score. So we write here print, and between the brackets the name, comma, score. And let's have a run to see what happens. We enter the name, any name, say Sue, any score, say 80, and yes, we see here Sue and 80 are printed on the same one line. Now let's have another print. We use print. Between those brackets, we write name. And instead of using a comma, we use this comma and equals and quotations. This allows the second line to be concatenated with the first. So we print the math score or any score, the score. Let's have our run here. The name, say Sue. The score is 80. And yes, it prints Sue and 80 on the same line. If you go back to these quotations and allow spaces here and rerun and write our name again, Sue, 80 for the score, we see Sue and 80 on the same line with a space between them. Let's have another way of using the input with type casting. So let's say the score equals float curved brackets input with our curved brackets again, and we use enter the score. Let's have a run here. Yes, no problem. We enter the score, which is, say, 40. To have a better reading of the output, just apply a colon here and a space if you like. Let's print the score. Let's run. If the score is 40, 40 is printed as a float. This is the way to input with typecasting. Although we entered 40 as an integer, it was printed as a float. Let's remove this and have several inputs in one line. So let's say score 1, comma, score 2 equals input, our brackets, and we use our quotations and say we write enter 2 scores using a space. Let's write in the end how it will be executed. So dot split. And let's have our run. So we write 20 and 50. For a better reading, let's have a space here. Dot split is used for Python to recognize that you entered more than one number. Let's here print sum. Let's add those two numbers or two scores. Sum equals. So we add a comma and we write score 1 plus score 2. Now, as we pointed out before, concatenation using the plus sign concatenates only strings, and therefore when we run here, the two scores say are 50 and 40. This what happens using the plus sign in the print method. So if you want the arithmetic addition, just introduce integer here before score 1 and integer before score 2. The two scores are 40 space 50 and the sum here is 90. Let's try to input a list using this dot split. So let's delete all this. And we have a list of fruits equals input. And we use our quotation here to print to the user, enter whatever the number you want, say 3 fruits, and leave a space here. At the end, just apply the dot split method with those brackets. And we print what's in fruits now. Fruits. We expect a list. So on the run, we enter the first fruit to be, say, banana, space, the second, orange, space, apple. We press enter and we see a list is printed giving banana, orange, apple. These are the 3 fruits we input in order. So dot split can split numbers and strings. It is a very short and effective way to enter several inputs on one line. Let's use another code to enter a list in a for loop block. So fruit equals the string, which is between square brackets. For I in range, say here we want only a range of 2 fruits for things to be easy. And we end it with a colon, don't forget. Fruit, which is the element inside fruits, Let's have this as fruits. And this is one fruit element inside list of fruits equals the input. And between quotations here, we say enter a fruit. Colon and a space for better output. We have here a syntax of fruits, the list name, dot append, between brackets each element, which is called fruit. Append means add. And we print with just Shift Tab to print outside the block, of course, the list of fruits. And we run our program. Enter a fruit here, we say orange. Enter another fruit, and we can conclude here that every input has a separate line. Banana, a separate line. Here we see the list of orange and banana is printed using this print statement. This concludes our video on the input.